YouTube, Heir of Carthage here. You all asked for some siege commentary, so that's what I'm going to do for you. Let me explain the rationale behind my army real quick. I don't know if this will work. Never tried it before. I'm sieging a large castle. It's a Rye castle. Yeah, a Rye castle, something like that. It's a big 3v3. It's like a multi-tiered castle, so this will be tough. My opponent, Macbeth, of the Chosokabe clan, is defending. I brought a lot of Naginata samurai. They're going to run point and absorb any arrows and basically just climb up the walls and force the opponent back into the keep. And I have brought a mangonel as well to try and cause what damage. And then I also brought a couple of firebomb throwers in hopes that I could bring them up maybe just behind my infantry and hurl some firebombs in to maybe help disrupt and break up the enemy troops. Risky move though, because the firebombs are bound to hit some of your own men and morale is going to be thin whenever you're sieging a large fortress like this. Now remember, I am going to have much more money than Macbeth. That is the one dividing factor. Now I think it'd be fun to play kind of a 2v2 or 3v3 siege, but you don't see them very often. Maybe I can try and host some sometime, but for now I'll try and bring you this, and hopefully it goes well, as the world of siege is somewhat unfamiliar to me outside of campaign, and we all know that in the campaign, you know, the AI of course is fairly easy to predict, whereas human opponents are not, and they're not going to fall for some of the same old tricks that I'm used to. However, you can apply some lessons learned. If you're defending a castle, I think I've showed you plenty where I was defending. I say plenty, at least a few of them back early on in this game, but I don't think I've showed you one where I was assaulting a multi-tiered fortress like this. So this should be semi-new, and I brought a siege weapon even though I didn't really want to. I would have much rather had 2 more samurai units, but a lot of you are always pestering me to show you siege equipment. To be honest, you can only bring one piece of siege equipment, whether it's a mangonel, a cannon, or a fire rocket. And I mean, sometimes you get your bang for your buck out of them, but sometimes you don't. And this is such a large castle that it's kind of hard to say because I may not have too much of a reach. Now he is using the sake peddler, which decreases my missile accuracy. I didn't bring any missiles except for my mangonel. And then he's got this -2 melee, so some pretty smart retainers for him to bring. I've brought all 3 of my sword retainers to beef up my sword infantry. My Naginata samurai, though, will be going in basically blind. They do have a little bit of increased morale, but that's just an effect from Patchy. Same thing with my Katana samurai. And then, of course, I had to use the ox cart retainer in order to bring the siege weapons. Let's see what kind of range my siege weapon has up into this castle. It looks like it can reach the keep. So I will go ahead and assault from, let me think which side I want to. So my opponent went ahead and readied up, which I'm not really fond of because I need to take my time and figure out the best way to assault this castle. But I may just have to go at it from where I'm at. I think I'm going to try to take right through this area right here because that's where the fewest towers are going to be there opposing me. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and leave my troops where they're at. They're fine. It doesn't really matter how I array my troops. I'm going to take my mangonel off fire at will. The ammunition in it is precious, and I do not want it wasted. So I guess I'll go ahead and start the battle. 3 seconds of waiting left anyway. Let's take our time here. Let's see what my opponent's brought. Looks like he has brought a Katana hero, which is going to take pretty much all of his money. And then he's brought a Katana samurai and a Naginata monk hero. So he's counting on heroes to defend the keep, and he's also got a Yari hero. And then down here he's got bow samurai. So my army should in fact decimate my opponent, especially since I have the firebomb throwers. My opponent is not actually looking to keep me off the walls. He does have those bow samurai, but the amount of damage they'll be able to inflict will be negligible. So I'm just going to go ahead and start marching forward. I'll probably burn down this gatehouse so I can just march in. As far as everything else is concerned, oh man, we're on the smaller unit settings too, that's lame. I'll move up my general to about here. Let's go ahead and fire some shots with the mangonels. Oh, I need my firebomb throwers. Take those guys off fire at will because you don't want them to accidentally hit your own guys in the wrong situation. Let's see. I don't really want to waste my ammo on his bow samurai. Let's see if we can score a hit on this Yari hero. It'd be lucky at this range at best, but yeah, why not? Maybe I'll end up burning down this building up here that he's using for cover. You never know what you'll get lucky with, but I just don't think my my ammunition's going to be well spent on those bow samurai. as, like I said, I have so much infantry, and I have Naginata infantry up front that I'm pretty sure the damage he's going to cause is going to be fairly negligible. Let's go ahead and run one unit forward and burn this gate down. Here comes my first Mangonel shots. All of them were misses. Not a big surprise. Another reason why I'm not a big fan of siege equipment. They can be handy. They can be handy, but I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of siege equipment. Especially since, just, you know, the way they have it set up on this game. Excuse me. Got a big, knot in my throat there all of a sudden. Let's move my Naginata Samurai over this way. I've only taken 4 casualties due to his missiles. And I assume the gatehouse is probably about to start burning down. It won't take them long. You can see them here pitching their flaming torches up here. The gatehouse is afire. So now it's just a simple matter of marching in. I've still scored no hits with my my Mangonel, which again is not a surprise. And I'm gonna take my time here. Gatehouse is almost finished burning down. Oh, it says damage 0. Oh, the damage to the gate is 0. The gatehouse itself is almost finished burning down. If I get a lucky hit on these Yari heroes, that's gonna be funny. Again, though, I don't expect it, and there he's gonna move them. Ooh, close, but not quite. Alright, my men are now free to move into the gates. I am going to walk my men this whole time. Again, my opponent does have missiles, but it's not, you know, a super severe threat, and I don't want to get my men tired, as morale is an important part of this fight. I'm also going to wait to move Patchy in until I feel like the coast is semi-clear, but we are going to want his morale boosting. I can probably... No, I don't even want to move him up to there because these bow samurai might be in range. Now what I'm going to do to get these bow samurai out is as soon as I run through the gate with my first unit of Naginata samurai, I will simply rush forward and burn down the next gate. All my groups are bunched up right here. This is where it would have been handy for my opponent to have like a unit of matchlock because it would have prevented me from doing something like this. But he does not have that. There's my firebomb throwers. My opponent is going to retreat to the keep, much as I suspected. Let's go ahead and go burn the next gatehouse down. Again, those firebomb throwers would have been handy if my opponent had brought more troops, but he did not. And I'm pretty sure that I should be in the all clear to move Patchy up here as well. I'll just see if I can burn this building down. I don't really have anything else to do with my Mangonel that's worthwhile. Again, that's another reason why I don't like Mangonel. So I've sunk, you know, $1,500 into a weapon that's going to make very little difference in the battle, other than the fact that I destroyed this building just for the crap of it. Let's look inside here. Where's all the furniture, man? This place is barren. What a ripoff. I mean, you buy a big expensive castle like this and they don't even fill it up with nice stuff. I'll go ahead and try and attack those bow samurai since they're in my range. Looks like my men are still attempting to burn the gate down over here. I guess these guys suck at torch throwing. Call that torch throwing, you losers? I'll probably get lucky and hit my own men with a shortfall for a Mangonel. That would demonstrate one of the severe disadvantages of siege weapons as well. Are you clowns gonna burn the gatehouse down or not? For some reason his bow samurai aren't firing yet. He must have them turned off a fire at will. Maybe he's intending to hit Patchy. If he wants to hit Patchy though, Patchy's right here, so I don't see what he's waiting on. My gosh! You incompetent nincompoops! You couldn't burn down a freaking pile of matches. Let's let my Naginata samurai up to this again. They seem to be better at burning things down. Indeed, he is firing at Patchy now. So all I have to do is just move Patchy over here behind this wall, and that'll prevent his arrows from being able to reach me. He's smart to fire at my general, albeit that it's kind of annoying for me. But yeah, this will pretty much take care of that. I lost a few units in Patchy's bodyguard, but not a real big deal. Yeah, so Sami standing right here, it kind of blocks the the flight path for the arrows to those bow samurai. He can fire at my infantry all he wants. I have plenty of those guys. And the biggest thing that I'm going to want to make sure to take advantage of here is that his hero units are going to do best whenever I bunch up against them. So I'm going to want to get units in from at least multiple angles. Gummit Cat, seriously? Wouldn't be an online battle for me commentating unless Achilles was trying to get in the way. Yeah, those mangonels are worthless. I think I've killed one bowman. If my opponent doesn't move those bowmen, I'll actually hit them with my firebomb throwers just for fun. I am going to go ahead and run my men over this direction, and I'll put one of them over here to capture this tower. That'll help me out. Actually, let's use this unit to capture the tower. Yeah, my Naginata Samurai are here to absorb all these missiles. I could hold my swords back, but I'm feeling fairly confident here just because of my severe numeric advantage over my opponent. And let's see, where's my firebomb throwers? Let's see if this will light up those bow samurai. My opponent seems to want to leave them there, so... There we go, I'll just keep pushing my swords on through there. There goes my firebomb throwers. These bow samurai, and indeed, I only killed one of them. But, I have plenty of... They have quite a few bombs, a lot more than the ninja units. So I'll just let them, I'll let them bomb out a few of these bow samurai real quick. My opponent seems to be intent on killing my firebomb throwers, so I'll go ahead and move over here. I want to save a few of them for later. Their morale's not very good, so... You can see that the firebomb throwers are not the most effective unit. See if we can burn down the last gate. My opponent probably thinks I'm going to march all my troops right through the gate, and that is not going to happen. I'm actually going to take my troops over, and look, I'm getting bow fire now from that tower probably up in here. Let's see. At least it should be firing. Or no, it doesn't have line of sight quite yet. But if my opponent... Yep, it is firing, but it's hitting the gatehouse. Alright, looks like it's time to silence these bow samurai. I'm going to go ahead and start crawling some of my troops over. And I need to burn the gate. I don't know why my men are waiting. I clicked the order. Burn the gate, fools. What the heck you're waiting on? Christmas? Okay, this is luring my opponent's units over as I desired. So now is going to be the time to bring Patchy up here to help support the morale. My units are taking their sweet time burning down the gatehouse. Looks like my opponent is committing a lot of his troops into one area, and the more he gets bunched up, the better for me. So I'll go ahead and start crawling units up to the next level. Some of these Naginata units are just going to be sacrificial units. I don't really expect them to accomplish a whole lot. In fact, I'm not even going to use my Inspire and stuff quite yet. Those first few routes are to be expected. I now have a sword unit up top, and I'll try and make them fight a little more effectively so as to... Actually, I'm going to attack this unit with the sword unit, and I'll take the general with my Naginata unit. My opponent really should dismount his general, as my Naginata are going to obtain a bonus versus cavalry. My opponent has a melee general, though, and he's probably thinking he can just charge right in, which he can. And you can see that he caused severe damage to that sword unit. And the Naginata unit looks like it's already routing as well. So yeah, apparently his men are going to be able to rout mine really quick, just so long as he's right up against the walls. So I'm kind of rethinking a different strategy here. I don't want to split my troops up too much, as it's going to have somewhat of a morale effect. But I need to draw my opponent's attention elsewhere. So I need to crawl up on multiple fronts so that I can at least get something past my opponent's defenses.
Our entire unit has perished, my lord!
Our entire unit can get over it. Okay, let's think about this. Let's get one unit around this side. We need maximum coverage because he's only got a limited number of units. And I think maybe now would be a good time to go all out as he's all the way back behind that building. This time I will want to use Patchy to support the morale when it's full. I want to get as many men over the gates as I can. And I want to get these firebomb throwers up in here and hopefully get them to throw some bombs. And my opponent's running back forward, much as I would expect him to do. Let's see if I can get over here and support some morale with Patchy. Now's the time to try and swamp him and also use some of Patchy's morale benefits. I'm going to inspire one of my sword units. His general has just come mobbing after my sword units. I'm going to go into stand and fight. I've got my firebomb throwers up here. It's time to engage them on that Katana hero, I believe, would be a good unit. Patchy is into stand and fight. He's used War Cry on me, which is definitely going to have an effect. But if I can kill his general, it'll start to break the morale of his men also. So here comes the firebomb throwers. Hopefully this will disrupt the Katana hero. You can see it is having an effect on my own men though, which is bad. There we go, more firebombs into the mix. Really sure what kind of effect these would have. I have managed to kill a number of his, and it looks like his general may have fallen as well. I'm hoping these firebomb throwers are going to do the trick. They're definitely blasting up some of his Katana hero and his Katana samurai, but it's also hurting my own men at the same time. The good thing about Naginata samurai is that they have a lot of armor, and it just kind of slows down the rate at which the other units can kill them. So that's definitely a benefit. I'm just going to keep hurling in every firebomb I can throw in while I'm busy trying to take down this Yari hero and this monk hero, which are not going to do so well against my swords. And indeed, they have fallen. 3 more units of these monks. So yeah, this was an interesting fight in some ways. I mean, my opponent gambled on a very tough army, and it was a pretty good gamble, to be honest. It's just that the problem is when you bring that few units, I am going to eventually be able to swamp your position. If he would have brought like a couple of heroes and combined that with maybe a few more lone sword units for holding, it might have really worked out well. But like I said, you only get pretty limited money for these sieges, so it was a pretty bold move of my opponent to bring these heroes. Yeah, check me out, firebombing my own guys. Yeah, you can see the firebomb throwers have a lot of ammo, way more than ninjas, but their bombs aren't quite as devastating as the ninjas either. Anyway, looks like my opponent just has this one unit of Katana hero that's still got 3 men left, even after all that firebombing. Here they are right here. Of course, I didn't bring any veteran Katana units. I just brought regular Katana units. And that's just because I wanted to use numbers advantage in this game. This Katana hero is still killing a large number of my men. You can see him just like kicking them over into the big pile of bodies here. There goes one of them. This guy's still fighting pretty boldly though. See what happens to him in the end. Obviously he's gonna die. Come on, someone kill him, for goodness sakes. Someone just threw him over. love how my guys are just like taking turns being killed by him rather than just like getting in front of and behind him. But I think that's something to do with the fighting animation. Obviously, CA would have a hard time making an animation where. Oh, there he goes. Someone finally gave him a throat stabbing, and there's the celebration of the throat stabbing, of which everybody is pleased. So good game to my opponent. I hope you enjoyed this siege battle. Something a little different for you, and I'll try and keep bringing you Shogun 2 battles as I get them. You know, I almost forgot to bring you the results screen. I don't know what I was thinking there. So actually, let's save the replay like I always do. Here we go. Save and battle. I'm curious to see how many kills, if any kills, my firebomb throwers really ended up with, because I know that they were throwing into a mass of my own men as well. Firebomb throwers would probably be used best, and I'm actually going to try and attempt to use them in an open field battle for the first time here sometime soon, just for fun. I mean, I've used them once or twice just jokingly, but I was kind of thinking that combined with a spear wall, that they could actually maybe break an enemy up quite a bit, because the spear wall, you know, would fix them really good, and then the firebombs could be hurled over the spear wall. And so, I mean, it's possible that it could be quite a good way to shake up enemy forces before they engage your sword infantry. It's offering me a katana veteran. I have plenty of these guys, so I don't need any. Although it is rare to get offered a katana veteran, it seems like. My opponent only brought 206 men, or 224 men. Thus I only got 206 kills, and he got a lot more kills than that. Let's go to the unit statistics and see what happened here. Oh wow, at least firebomb throwers only got 11 kills. The other one only got 5. Yeah, so it wasn't the kills there. But, you know, then again, they were throwing at katana heroes. So it's, you know, probably not super likely it's going to get tons of kills. Naginata Samurai did the best, though. And, I mean, these guys are solid performers. That's one of the things I like about the Naginata Samurai. In fact, I'm going to end this video, and then I'm going to start a new video that's going to be kind of a discussion here for you of units, because a lot of you are always asking me questions about units. I'll tell you what I know. I don't know everything. But anyway, stay tuned here, and I'll bring you in a video.